One West. They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you down, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. Oh, you can't keep it silent, I ain't fucking with you. But the fake friend show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that U.P.K, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, hurt you up to put that work in. Same nigga that was on the block putting that work in. Abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the churches. Was supposed to save my soul, instead they led us to the hearses. Backstabbed and betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family ain't family, so-called friends switch sides on. Crack and take a knee on your neck, whisper and die, boy. So I stay strapped with the capper, that's the firearm. Gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here lurking. If I don't know shit, then I know one thing for certain. Look, they hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you down, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it silent, I ain't fucking with you. They hate you when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you down, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it silent, I ain't fucking with you.
I say fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching you get moved and never get motivation. Situational friendships get wet with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather keep it distant, be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear nigga than house nigga with no time to get a shirt on my back. Fuck devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that trustworthy if you ain't in no black. Right up, I give you fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice for me. I'm bred different. Was never one to dodge this bullshit. I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits. I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code. Israel law, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you down, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it silent, I ain't fucking with you.
All right, go ahead, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General YAHANNA. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, where we're going to get into the scriptures. And one of the things that we're talking about today is don't envy sinners. See, a lot of our people, they're envying sinners. Like, we're gonna get into these scriptures. So these scriptures is gonna help us more. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24 to start off.
Come.
You probably gonna start to pull some of the scriptures up through the Bible as well.
Come.
Once you gotta go ahead and read.
Come.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
The earth is what?
Given into the hands of the wicked.
See, this is one of the things that we got to understand first and foremost. Understand the earth that we are living in right now is given into the hands of the wicked. If you don't think that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, then where are you living at? Where are you living? Because what I see in the world that we're living in right now is pure wickedness. We see nothing but prostitution. We see nothing but gang violence. We see nothing but unaliving of our people. We see a lot of school shootings. We see our oppressors feeling like they can do whatever to us and nothing happens to them. Right now, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, us as the 12 tribes of Israel, we got to understand we don't need to follow their wickedness. We don't need to go and do the things that they're doing right now. It looks good. It looks good right now for all our women to go on OnlyFans and show themselves naked and make money because it's easy money. So it looks good, but you don't understand that you're envying sinners. You're seeing people make a lot of money for selling their bodies and selling themselves and selling pictures online. So that's what you want to do. You see all your partners, they got nothing but bankroll after bankroll because they around there selling drugs. And what are you doing now? You're envying them. You're wishing to be them. You're wishing to have the money that they have. And you don't understand that they're getting that money through the wickedness. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked right now. Right now, the wicked look like they're winning. The wicked got the money. They got the celebrity. Why you think most of these celebrities nowadays, they're getting caught up? What are they getting caught up? That's with these young kids. What else? Having these parties, doing drugs, putting people, giving people drugs at these parties and taking advantage of them. Understand this. This is the first thing that we got to understand as the 12 tribes of Israel. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So right now, the people that's doing righteous, they're not being shown. The righteous people of this world, they're not being shown like these celebrities that are doing wicked. But we have to stand fast. Let's drop that. Go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6.
This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Understand this. With us knowing that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and these alternative lifestyles members and everybody always giving them all the platforms to talk on and speak on, the Saucy Santanas, the Sydney Stars and stuff like that. Like, we got to learn how to train up our children in the way that they should go. With how wicked this world is, you have to teach your children. You got to get a hold of them before they start feeding into the wickedness of this world. Because if you don't train them up at an early age, you'll lose your child to this wickedness of this world. You'll lose your brother. You'll lose your sister. You'll lose your niece and your nephew to the craziness of this world, because the craziness of this world is on what? Social media. It's on your phone. It's so quick to get to nowadays that you don't even recognize that they got it on YouTube. I see it all the time on my kids' tablet. And that's what let me know that this world is so wicked and evil that even on your children's tablets, they're trying to find ways to make evil cartoons for your kids to turn around and start doing the things that this cartoon is showing them. You got to do like the Bible says. You got to train up a child in the way that they should go, so when they get older, they will not depart from you. Give them that wisdom ahead of time. Give them that wisdom while they're young, so that way, when they get older, they can always remember, nah, you know what? My mama taught me this. My daddy taught me this. They said not to envy the sinner, not to sit here and want to be just like them. Not to sit here and be like the people just because they're liked in this world and they're wanted in this world. I ain't got to be like the oppressor. If you don't teach your children that at a young age, they're going to end up just like how we did, envying the sinner, envying the oppressor, trying to be just like them, trying to figure out how to sit here and do the ways of them. Let's drop that. Go to Proverbs 23 and go to verse 17. Somebody. While he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and read the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 17. Okay? The book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 17, it says, "Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end in thy expectation shall not be cut off. Understand this. When it says, let not thine heart envy sinners, it's saying, don't sit here and want to be like those people that look like they have money, that look like they have. Hey, sis, you got something to cover your head? Don't set yourself to be like everybody else just because right now they look like they up right now. It says, let not thine heart envy sinners. Let not yourself, let not your mind want to be just like them just because they up right now. It says, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. What is the fear of the Lord? Go ahead.
The beginning, well, the scripture says to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
And the beginning of wisdom is to do what?
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
So the fear of the Lord is what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So don't sit here and want to be like the wicked. Don't sit here and want to be like the people that's turning their backs to the Lord just to get the riches of this world. Don't put your heart towards that. Don't put your mind in the ways that you're going towards those type of things. But fear the Most High God by keeping his commandments all the day long. Because what did it say right there in verse 18? Verse 18 says, for surely there is an end, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Understand this. The people that are doing the wicked of this world, understand there is one to come in. Nobody that's doing wickedness in the world. I don't know not one drug dealer that didn't get caught.
Same here.
I don't know not one that didn't get caught and had to do either some jail time or almost lost their life to the game. I don't know not one. If you know one, I'm gonna tell you this: whoever that is, I know they got out because they know the game ain't the same. That's the same thing with our sisters. Don't envy those women that right now they making money off of OnlyFans. Don't want to be just like them. Be better, because you know the importance of your own body. They don't know the importance of it because they've gotten to the point where they want to be just like everybody else. They want to be just like the porn stars. They want to be known so much, and they want to make money, but they don't want to make money the righteous way. They want to make money the wicked way by showing themselves. Don't be like them. Don't, as a father, don't train your child to be like them. Be there for your child. Teach your daughters that they are rubies. They're one of the finest gems. And what they have is something precious that everybody shouldn't be able to just see and get from them. We're going to go ahead and drop that. We're going to keep it going. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 1.
This is Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 1. Be not thou envious against evil men.
Be not what?
Envious against evil men.
See, don't sit here and be jealous of evil men. Don't sit here and be jealous of evil women. Don't sit here and want. Read the next line. What does it say?
Neither desire to be with them.
Neither desire to be with them. Don't sit here and want to be joined with the people that are doing evil unto the scriptures. These laws, statutes, and commandments are set here to make us be what? Not normal, but abnormal. Not something that everybody can be like, but something spectacular. Because the 12 tribes of Israel, the Lord chose you to be above all nations on the face of this earth. He didn't choose us to be equal to. He said that we are going to be better than everybody else on the face of this earth. The only thing we would have to do is do these laws, statutes, and commandments. Doing the laws, statutes, and commandments will naturally make you better than this world that we're living in. Because the world that we're living in, like we just said, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The only thing that this world has to offer our people right now, besides the people that are following the laws, statutes, and commandments and teaching others to do so, is wickedness. Look what's happening in these churches. At first, I know when I was younger, the churches used to speak against homosexuality. Am I wrong? Because I know the church that I went to when I was little, they spoke against it.
Mine did too.
But then when the laws changed, so did their teachings.
Yep.
The pastor went from, I'm not allowing that into my church, to now he's having same-sex marriages in his church because he does not want to be canceled. Look at the religious leaders that we're dealing with. Look at the community leaders that we are looking up to. Look how wicked they are.
Yep.
Do you know how quickly they'll sell you out just so that way they can make a dime? One moment they there for the community. They making sure that everybody knows not to eat at Popeyes. But then where they at later on when the money draws? They'll shut down a gas station for a couple of days, but then where they at? They're nowhere to be found. They're there just for a photo op. We don't need people that's there for photo ops. We need people that's there to actually make change. So don't sit here and be envious of the evil man. Don't sit here and be envious of the people that's getting the photo op and all that. Don't worry about that. And don't try to be with them. You just focus on you and doing what is right by following these laws, statutes, and commandments, because that's what God wants for you. The Most High is saying, don't worry about them. Don't be envious of them. Don't try to chill with them. Don't put your heart towards them neither, because their day is going to come. They can only do wicked for so long before it's going to end. What you got, huh?
What you bringing out is so heavy, sir. I was on Facebook. What was that? Day before yesterday, and it was this sister who was going to this church, and the church pastor invited them to the crib for a barbecue. So she got to the crib, and I say what I was into the party, she had to go to the bathroom. So the wife of the pastor told her where the bathroom was in the house. So she goes to the bathroom in the house. She opens the door, and the pastor is giving fellatio to a younger man. So she comes back out the house. She's shocked by what she saw. So when she gets back out the crib, the person that the pastor was giving a fellatio to was his son. Plot twist, they set her up, then they beat her. Because the son knew that she saw him and what they was doing.
Brother, let me tell you something. If that ain't wicked, if that ain't evil in itself, brother, I don't know what is.
Crazy.
This is why we gotta stop putting ourselves in certain predicaments. You can't trust everybody. Everybody is not trustworthy. The Bible says, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit to see if it's of God or not. See, we're so used to trusting everybody based off of what their positions are that we stop trying the spirit. We stop testing to see if they're of God or not. Like, just think, if that sister wouldn't even worry about the fact of him being a pastor, do you think that she would have easily went to somebody's house for a barbecue that she really don't know like that? It's just, we're just so conditioned to trusting people just because of their position that we put ourselves in bad positions. We don't need to trust everybody because everybody's not trustworthy. That sister learned that hard lesson by going there. And then she's witnessing a man of God, so to say, doing something so wicked to the point where now they beating her.
The son beat her. It's crazy word.
He giving fellatio to his son?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, brother. Shalom.
True story.
Shalom. That's crazy. But this is why the Bible is telling you, don't be envious of the evil men. Don't be envious of these evil people.
That's crazy.
And it says, neither desire to be with them. What does it say right after that?
And their lips talk
Right before that.
Neither desire to be with them, for their hearts studieth destruction.
Their heart studieth what?
Destruction.
Understand this, man. The only way for somebody to be evil is they have to study it. They have to indulge in it. They have to decide that this is what I want to do, because in their mind, they feel like it's right. But if you're living like this world is teaching you how to live, not how the Bible is teaching you how to live, you're going to find yourself doing wickedness. You're going to find yourself studying the wrong things. That's why we got brothers and sisters that's a part of these Greek fraternities, not knowing that on their hell night, they have to sit here and what? Give their souls to whatever Greek goddess or whatever, as some people say, whatever spiritual demon of that fraternity. We didn't have brothers and sisters that used to be in those fraternities actually speak on it. They said what they had to go through on their last night. I got a brother that sat here and said on his hell night, when he was in college, before he even had the truth, they made him say, "Greetings, oh big brother Lucifer. Show us the light."
Damn.
Like, look at what we're studying through trying to be like everybody that's in this world. That's evil. That's wicked right there. I gotta get beat to be a part of your fraternity. I gotta sell my soul. I gotta give my soul to what you call a higher being, which is really and truthfully somebody that's against God, just to be a part of your organization. Why? We have to be careful. We can't be so envious of the people and what these people have to offer us. Understand, the reason why I brought up that scripture first, that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, is because when you really and truthfully understand that, then you'll be more careful of what you allow your children to see, what you allow your own self to be around. You're not going to just be around everybody while they're drinking and get so drunk and getting messed up because you drinking the jungle juice that got XO pills in it and all that. Trust me. We all been to college. We know what it is to go to one of them college fraternity parties or go to one of them college parties and get to the jungle juice and now all of a sudden you feeling different. I know I ain't the only person that's been around that. But we don't recognize what's really going on until you get into it. Once you start getting in the mix of the wickedness, then you start really seeing it. You be like, God dang, I know I'm feeling something, but why are they over there in that corner like that? Like, these are the things that we got to be aware of, man. Understand this. Wicked people study destruction. And what else did it say right after that? It says, and their lips what?
And their lips talk of mischief.
And their lips talk of mischief. You got to understand that. This is not just this is not my words, this is the Bible. The Bible is telling you that be not envious against evil men, nor desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk mischief. Like, stop trying to be around people. Stop envying people to the point where you put yourself in their same shoes and their predicament. You don't think R. Kelly feels some type of way right now? You don't think Diddy feels some type of way right now? They wanted to be so wealthy. They want to be so much, be the kings around here in this world that you know who they started to act like? The same people that put them on. Who was the oppressor? The oppressor sat here and molded Diddy and R. Kelly to be just like them.
Yep.
But you know what? The oppressor has something on their side that Diddy and R. Kelly don't. See, Diddy and R. Kelly, they're underneath the law. The oppressor, oh, he has his court system that has his back. He has the police in their pocket because the earth is given unto them. But Kels and Diddy, oh no, y'all in themselves. Why? Because this is not your heaven. Because you wanted to be just like the evil men. You wanted to study the destruction of them. Now you're in the snare. What you got?
What you bringing out so heavy, sir? What blows my mind about people being envious to other people, this white woman just murdered unalived three kids of her own. And it was so many women outside supporting it. And they were all white women.
I seen it. All wearing purple
and
pink
shirts.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, who want to look up to these women? Because if they're supporting this, that means they want to unalive their children as well.
Right.
Because why would you support somebody who unalived, then tried to unalive herself?
Right.
But didn't work. She only broke her legs. So black women got to understand, envying white women is, you're going to end up being just like them. You're going to want to unalive your kids too, which you probably already are. We lead number one in abortion. So
what you saying is so heavy. Like, it's crazy how our people envy the craziest things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're envying streamers doing crazy things. Like, they what's some of the people that's right now that's that everybody's envying on StreamYard and all that?
Dean and Adrian Berner. Then you got DDG. It's one more, that little light skinned dude. Yeah, like, Ben the Dunn.
Look,
Drake friend.
let me tell you something. All these people that y'all want to look after, all these people that y'all are sitting here wanting to be just like, you're not even seeing how they're destroying themselves on live. Go ahead.
If I could, Adrian Berner, the brother that run with Dean,
Yep.
He was supposed to stop drinking for like 30 days. I think he made a bet with Sauce Walker. This brother done lost the bet. He was drunk like a couple days ago.
He was drunk for the Clarissa Shields fight.
Right.
Because they were supposed to go out there with her, walk out there with her, singing their song, but he was so messed up,
He couldn't even sing it.
he couldn't even do it. Like, these are the people that we're putting ourselves to want to be like. When really and truthfully, our people need help. Our people need someone that's going to tell them, hey, bro, it's time to slow down. Nah, seriously, slow down on drinking. And be man enough to be around there. Like, I don't know who's around him, but they not real partners. Because I know for a fact if I had a drinking problem here in this school, I know I got brothers that are not only sit here and tell me I need to slow down, but if they see me like, nah, I ain't finna slow down, bro, they'll take the bottle out your hand and be like, hey, bro, nah, hey, you tripping. Hey, bro, yeah, hey, let's get this brother home, man. Let's draw this brother home to make sure that this brother make it home safely, because, yeah, he didn't have enough. You know, he done parted himself out, man. It's time for us to get him something to eat, something to drink, and him go home. Like, that's true brothers. Not people that study what? Destruction. And let their lips be full of mischief. That's what we got to learn. We got to become better at. Not envying the people in the sinners. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 19.
This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16. Fear not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked.
Read it one more time. Fret not.
Fret not, Salakia. This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 19. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked.
Keep reading.
Verse 20. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out.
What is that saying right there? What is it saying? Fret not thyself because of the evil man, neither be thou envious of the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. What you got to say?
Sort of like, don't worry about what they do because they'll deal with their consequences.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. It's saying, don't sit here and worry about them. Don't sit here and want to be like them. Let the evil be evil. Don't worry about them and don't try to be like them. Don't try to envy them. Don't sit here and be like, man, I'm sitting here dealing with all I got to deal with. Man, I wish I could be like them. I wish I could have their type of money, because if I had their type of money, I'll be better off. You don't know what their type of money has came with. You don't understand what kind of evil comes with the life that they're living. So don't worry about them. Don't envy them. Don't try to be like them. Don't try to hold on to the things that they're holding on to. Because understand this, their wickedness, it's going to come to an end. This is not the first time it said that in the Bible for this class. So if you don't think that that's going to be true, I don't know what to say. Drop that. Go to Proverbs 37 in verse 1.
Yeah, Proverbs 37.
Oh, Psalms.
Psalms.
Psalms 37 and 1. Salak.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the works of iniquity.
Keep going.
Verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb.
Understand this, man. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in this world, and we got to stop bringing our attention to them. We got to stop giving so much attention to the evildoers, the people that are doing wicked, the people that are sinning. We got to stop trying to be like them. We got to make sure our children don't grow up to try to be like them. Because do y'all remember that little boy? It was a young boy. He used to say "bump gang" all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that knew him when he was younger was like, man, he was never like this. But then when he started getting attention because he used to go up into different stores and steal and run off and everything, and everybody used to laugh at it. Then the boy started taking a bunch of pills, getting tattoos all over his face, and then he ended up getting into some trouble. See, he didn't realize what he was really signing himself up for.
Nope.
He thought that he was getting views and he was being liked by everybody because of the things that he was doing, but you didn't realize there was an evil trends going on for you now. You slowly but surely setting yourself up for failure because you love wickedness. And the wickedness of this world will eat you up and spit you out. He loved being loved by everybody because of the crazy stunts he was doing. And now, where is he now? Has anybody heard from him? Does anybody know if he's all right? That's the thing that we got to understand. The same way you can be up through wickedness is the same way you can be down and disappear out of your wickedness. That's the same thing with some of our favorite R&B stars, some of our favorite celebrities. They talk about where they are now. There was a lot of celebrities that once was put on high pedestals. The Bill Cosbys, the Uncle Phils. What you got?
I had found out Uncle Phil was a homosexual.
Yeah. You want to know something worse about it? One of his lovers was the father off of Family Matters.
Oh, you know. Oh.
Brother.
With Eddie Winslow.
Yeah. Carl Winslow. Yeah.
Wow.
But this is what I'm saying. All these people in high places.
Childhood gone.
There's a lot of wickedness behind them, but you don't see it.
Damn.
You don't see it until what? The Lord decides to pull the veil down. He did it with these pastors. He did it with Eddie Long. He did it with T.D. Jakes. He did it with Creflo Dollars. The thing that you got to worry about is this. While you sitting here trying to be just like them, beware. Because you could be the next person the Lord decides to go ahead and blow that candle out on. You could be the next person that the Lord going to pull that veil down. I don't know about y'all. I got homeboys and homegirls that's locked up in jail, ain't never coming out. Because they were what? Envying the wrong people. Hanging around the wrong people. Thinking that this was the right way. So what did they become? Drug dealers, robbers, unalivers. Because they were envying people that had money. They thought that just because they were in a lower state, that they had to go do it. We all thought that at one point in time. Because we didn't really look at the Bible as a what? As your blueprint. We looked at the Bible as a religious book. We didn't understand that this Bible really and truthfully is what's going to keep us from getting locked up and doing football numbers behind having Fetty Wap in the car. Or sit here and you run up in somebody's house And now because you run off in their house, you gotta sit here and deal with them shooting at you and you shooting at them, and now somebody get unalive, and now you around here sitting in a cell because you trying to figure out, dang, how did that lick go wrong? You putting yourself in the worst positions because you're trying to be something that you should never be. You're following behind people, and that wasn't even what y'all was supposed to be doing. Trying to be rich in a world that's not meant for you to be rich. Like, you don't have to sit here and have all the diamonds and jewels and gold and all that for you to be rich in the faith. You want to be rich with materialistic things that when this world goes down, it's no longer going to be a part. It's going to be burnt down with the world. When you should have been getting the riches in the kingdom of heaven by following the laws, statutes, and commandments, by following your God. Your God's sitting here giving you the blueprint. He's like, hey, bro, look, you can do this or you can do this. You can't serve two masters. The Bible says that you can't drink of the cup of the Lord and devils. You can't serve two masters. You got to choose one. Because if you try to serve two masters, you're going to hate one and you're going to love the other. You're going to choose one and you're going to despise the other. In the world that we're living in, they despise the Lord. They despise following the laws, statutes, and commandments. They love what this world has to offer. They envy what this world has to offer. And that's the destruction of our people. What you got, sis? Hold on. Let me get the mic back up. Hold on.
People always say that they want their heaven on earth. They don't want to wait for Christ to come back. They want it now. So they'll do whatever they have to. And it's crazy when you say don't envy evil people because you don't know what they did to get it, what they do to keep it, or what they have to do if they lose it.
Yep.
You never know people's full story, so you got to be careful when you look at somebody and say their goals, because the Most High will make you go through everything they did, and you might not make it.
Facts. Next time, make sure you speak through the mic the whole time and not try to put it on the side, because people on the internet needs to hear it. Like, don't be afraid to speak through the mic. Speak through the mic. Because what you're afraid for everybody to hear may be something that might save somebody's life at the end of the day. People got to understand that. We too busy saying that this is goals, but what we don't realize is the goals that you're sitting here saying that you want to be like, the couples that you're seeing on social media and all that, you don't understand what they're going through on a regular basis. Behind closed doors, everything looks good for social media unless people put stuff online. You shouldn't envy to be like anybody. You should make your own marriage work the way that's best for your marriage to work. You should work with one another and talk to one another and give each other grace. Because if you sitting here saying, oh, this couple is goals, if the Lord start giving you that same test that their couple has, are you sure that you're going to pass that same test? Because you don't know what they went through. You don't know how they sat here and got all these houses and cars and all that. You don't know all the evil and wicked things that have to happen. You don't know all the tests and trials and snares that other people got to go through. So don't envy others, because you don't know what you're envying. You don't know what you're saying you want to be like. The only thing you should do is follow God. Follow the Most High and His laws, statutes, and commandments, so that way you have an opportunity to live life more abundantly. Hey, let's drop that. Let's go to the book. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha.
This is Ecclesiasticus,
Go to, yeah.
chapter 9, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Read that one more time.
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 11. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Understand, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, it's telling you, don't envy people, because you don't know what their end is. You don't know how it's going to look like for them. You're too busy trying to be just like them that you don't understand what their end is going to be. Their end can be destruction. They could be utterly destroyed at the end. And because you want to be just like them, you done signed yourself up to be destroyed as well. There's an old saying, focus on yourself. Don't focus on everybody else. Focus on what you got going on with you. Focus on you and yours. Make sure you and yours is following the laws, statutes, and commandments. Don't try to be like nobody else. Because if you're not focusing on you and yours and what's right here for y'all, you can easily fall. It says that the straight gate is life. But once you start going broad and wide and looking everywhere else, that's where destruction can come. We got to be more mindful of that, man. We got to be aware of stuff like that. Go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Go to chapter 11, verse 21.
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor.
You got it actually pulled up in your phone?
Live, sir.
Yeah.
Want me to put up?
Yeah. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. He's going to keep saying, you got more on there?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead and read.
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
Understand this. We don't need to sit here and be oohing and ahhing of these sinners. Like, we have to learn how to trust in the Lord. We got to learn how to be okay and be content with what we have. Because if things were easy, would you really trust in the Lord if things were just so easy? Because I know when things are good and things are easy, everybody what? They just move along with their days like ain't nothing wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
When do people decide to call on the name of the Most High? When do people decide to pray to the Most High? What's up?
When stuff hit the fan.
When stuff start going wrong. When them light bills, that rent, that car note, that insurance, and all that hit all at once, and you know you finna be short, then all of a sudden, what we start doing? We start asking the Lord for a blessing. We start asking Him, "Hey man, you know, man, I need your help. I need to figure out this and figure out that." What you got to talk about?
You know what's so heavy about this, sir? Black people wait to the last minute. You know, that's in our culture. Why wait to the last minute to pray to the Lord when stuff hit the fan when you could have just been praying the whole time?
Right. That be our biggest problem, man. That be our biggest problems. We want to marvel at the wrong things. We don't want to trust in the person and abide by his rules until you're at a lower state. Once we get to a lower state, then all of a sudden, what? We want to start making the changes. We want to start doing the things to try to be blessed again. To try to get the hands of discipline off us so much so that way we can start breathing again. Like, we gotta understand this, man. We gotta trust into the Lord and abide by his laws, statutes, and commandments all day, every day. Because what it say at the very end of 21, it says, for it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
Mm-hmm.
Understand this. Following the Lord, that's the best way to get the riches. The Lord can make you rich. It may not be rich according to the materialistic things of this world, but his riches last forever. His riches is not just for a moment, but it's for eternity. So watch who you are sitting here wanting to be just like. Watch what you ask for. Because if you get it, just make sure that you're able to deal with it. Be careful of what you ask for. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book. We're going to stay in the book of Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, Shalaki, we're going to drop that. We're going to go to the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 4. We're going to read 4 and 5.
Galatians 6. You said 6 verse 4?
Yes,
All right.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 4. We're going to read 4 and 5, right?
This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 4. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. Verse 5. For every man shall bear his own burden.
Like this right here is letting you know, stop envying other people. Examine your own self. Worry about your own self. Focus on your own duty for the Most High. Focus on your job. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Don't compare your marriage to no other marriages. Don't compare your works and what you do to other people's works and what they do. Focus on your task. Focus on being the best you possible. Not for anybody else, but for the Most High God. Read it again.
Come on, God. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 4. But let every man prove his own work.
Prove what?
Let every man prove his own work,
Keep going.
and then shall he have rejoiced in himself alone, and not in another.
Keep reading.
Verse 5. For every man shall bear his own burden.
Understand that, man. Understand. Stop worrying about what other people have to do. Stop worrying about how other kids look. Stop worrying about the other kids' clothes and them having better shoes than you. Stop worrying about all that. Like, that was something that we worried about as children. That's something that some of us still worry about today. I ain't got the nice car like they got. I ain't got the nice what? I ain't got the nice house that they got. I ain't got the best clothes that they got. Man, they got better stuff than I got. So what? We all got a cross that we got to bear. So what? You may not, they may be up right now. You may not be up right now. Okay? You bear your cross. You deal with what you got going on right now, and you worry about making sure that the Lord is happy with you. Because if he's happy with you and what you got going on right now, then you have nothing to worry about. That's all you got to worry about. You got to worry about bearing your cross, carrying your cross, bearing your own burdens, and stop worrying about other people. So that way you can be blessed. So I'm going to tell you right now, in the day of judgment, ain't nobody going to stand next to you when you got to deal with the Lord. It's just going to be you. So what are you going to do? You going to blame your shortcomings on others? Oh, I would have did more, but I was trying to do what he was doing. That ain't going to work. Focus on yourself. Go to the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 11. Robert Shaw.
Come. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you. Verse 12. That ye may walk honestly towards them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing.
This right here is letting us know that we got to learn how to stay focused, handle our responsibilities, and keep working. We have to learn that. Like, that's one of the hardest things for the 12 tribes of Israel, is to stay focused. We got to be steadfast and unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Like, why do you think that there's scriptures in the Bible? Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and pull that scripture. Let me see. It's a lot. Go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58.
That's crazy. I was right in that vicinity. That's crazy. I was right in that vicinity.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Understand this. When you start focusing yourself onto carrying your own burdens, go to the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 2. When you start becoming steadfast and unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, and being focused and learning how to break generational curses, doing what the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 2 says. What does it say?
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Understand this. When you are not conformed to this world, when you're not sitting here just associating yourself with everything that this world has, but you start studying, you start looking into the truth. What is the truth? What am I supposed to know as the 12 tribes of Israel? See, when you start looking into things like that, then you become what? Renewed. You be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You become a new creature. You start realizing that, man, every time I go out to a party, I ain't got to get drunk. Every time I go chill with my partners, I ain't got to smoke weed. Because smoking weed is what? Unlawful. Smoking cigarettes is what? Unlawful. Popping pills that's not prescribed by my doctor is what? Unlawful. I don't have to do those things. I ain't got to sit here and put my life on the line trying to go hit a lick. I ain't got to go do those things because those things are against my father. My father told me that I need to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. I can go to the party and have a couple drinks and I'm good. I ain't got to go sit here and be the wild one at the party. I ain't got to look for everybody to look at me. For what? You can be transformed by the renewing of your mind if you choose that. If you choose to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord sees that. But it's a choice that you have to make. You got to learn how to focus in on yourself. You got to focus in on what you need to do. It's time for us to lock in. That's what it is, really and truthfully. We lock in for everything else. Why don't we lock in for the Lord? We can lock in when it comes down to trying to make some money at the slave. Oh, we can lock in when it comes down to sports. It's easy to sit here and start going to the gym and locking in so that way you can make millions of dollars on a football field or on a basketball court. It's easy to lock in and go to the music studio and go up in there and make some songs. It's easy to do that. But why don't you lock in when it comes down to following these laws, statutes, and commandments? Why don't you lock in when it comes down to renewing your mind by following the laws? Why don't you do like 1 Corinthians say? Be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Because what did it say at the very end of 1 Corinthians 15 and 58?
You said the end?
At the very end, what did it say?
For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Understand this. You deciding to become a new creature. You deciding to break the generational curse that's been upon your family years upon years. Understand that labor, it's not nothing to the Lord. What? I'll tell you, that's my child. I know that child because that person right there is following me. And because they're following me, I can know them. I can see them. I can put my hands of protection around them because they're showing me that they're choosing me over what this world has to offer. Because what this world has to offer is nothing but wickedness right now. There's nothing really good that you can get out of this world without it having something on the back end that's wicked. The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. So you think that anything on this earth right now is going to be just what? Just loving and caring? Who we got?
Yeah, bro.
Let's drop that. Let's go back to go to the book of Proverbs for me, chapter 14, verse 30. Hey, Shalom, Mike, what's going down? If you don't mind, move that do-rag from one time. The water, brother. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 30.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 30. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones.
When you read that, what does that say to you? Anybody in the class? When you read and it says a sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. Let's go.
The sound of the heart would be the commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but the envy of the rottenness, like envying, like what we be talking about, other people.
Mm-hmm. Rottenness of the bone.
Of the bone, basically, like the commandments give you life.
Mm-hmm.
So the opposite of that is like death, basically.
Yeah. You dare just bring it together. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bone.
Bad decisions.
Huh?
Bad decisions.
You was already done. Just bring it together. What did you say?
Well, okay, following the commandments is life, and not following commandments is death.
Right, and we know that. But go based off of what we're talking about envy. Envying not a sinner. Anybody else? Anybody else want to take a stab at it? There is no wrong answer. What the brother said, following the commandments is life, and doing the opposite is death. But when it says a sound heart, we know what a heart really is, right? When the Bible talks about heart, it's talking about your mind, right? So a sound mind is the life of flesh. What is the life? Because if we talking on subject about what the class is about, it's talking about envying not sinners, right? Not trying to envy them in their ways, right?
So it's sort of like saying the sound heart. It's sort of like it gives you peace. You have more peace and obedience. And being envious it makes you ugly.
Right.
You become a different person. You're not yourself because you're trying to be everything else, everything that the Most High does not have for you. So you're like an unknown creature, and you're not happy with it because you have to fight yourself to be like everything that you're not supposed to be.
Exactly. Like what both of these, what the brother said and what the sister said is completely correct. When it's talking about a sound heart, it says a sound heart is the life of the flesh, but the envy, it says, but envy the rottenness of the bones, right? We can break it down into some real slang, right? When you constantly are looking at everybody else and what everybody else has and trying to be like everybody else, bro, you'll break your own peace by trying to amount to what everybody else has. If I'm sitting here as a brother and I can't be happy with what I have, I'm gonna destroy my own peace trying to be like the next person. Oh man, look, man, I'm an officer of 5,000. That ain't good enough, man. I ain't doing enough. And man, I want to be just like them. I want to to the point where you're ruining who you were supposed to be for the Lord and the work that you could be putting in because you're trying to be like somebody else. You're ruining your own peace of mind because you're trying to compare yourself to the next person. Stop trying to compare yourself. Stop envying others. Stop envying sinners. Stop trying to be like them. You ain't gotta be like the big extra plugs. You ain't gotta sit here and be the next what's the dude that Tesla, Elon Musk. You ain't gotta be the next Elon Musk. You ain't gotta be Elon Musk. You don't have to be him, bro. Just focus in on what you got going on. Be the best version of yourself. Because once you stop envying people, once you stop trying to be like people and just be yourself, then you can skyrocket. You'll surpass people that you're trying to be like if you just be yourself. Because your walk is different from their walk. You don't know where their cap is. They might cap out. But the Lord says that you ain't got no cap. But because you're trying to be like them, you put a cap on yourself. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Because I'm going to tell you now, everybody's walk is different. It's okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through your moments where you don't know if you're going to be okay or not. It's okay to receive counseling. It's okay to not be okay at times. Because at the end of the day, you're learning to be better and do better. But you don't have to be like the next person. Just don't sit in self-pity. That's one thing we always talk about. It's okay to have your down moments, but don't stay down. Get up. Start moving. Put one crooked foot in front of the other and keep it going. You ain't got to be like nobody else. We have to train up our children. They ain't got to be like the cool kids at the school. Because you know what the cool kids at the school doing right now? In the day and age that we live in? Vaping. Having sex at a young age. Skipping class. Talking to people that they shouldn't be talking to. Is that what you want for your children? I know it's not what I want for mine. I know I don't want my kids to be like some of these streamers that's out here. But you got to first start with you. I understand y'all watch what this baddies and all that. Yeah, sisters, y'all ain't gotta be like baddies. Y'all ain't gotta be like the women off of Baddies, the Real Housewives and all that. Y'all ain't gotta be like them. I like my sisters wholesome. See, I like that type of peace from my brothers and my sisters. Brothers, you ain't gotta be out here, Mr. Money Man. You ain't gotta be out here making it rain. You ain't gotta be out here, Mr. Whoremonger. You ain't got to be out here, Mr. Hulk, at the house. What you got, brother? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, brother, you know, I'm just... on that. What, man? What you mean, man? Oh, you talking about you ain't got to be the whoremonger. Mr. Right, Suave right. Don't know how to let nothing go. He always, you know, you ain't got to sit here and do that. You ain't got to sit here and have all the bling in the world around your neck. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to be like everybody in the world, man. If a woman don't like you for your brains, if a woman don't like you for what you can bring to the table that does not have to be financial, Now I ain't saying don't come with no finances though. I ain't saying don't bring, you know, but I'm saying that ain't the only thing that matters. So you telling me the only thing I'm good for is security and finances? And to scratch an itch every now and then when you need the itch scratched? That's the only thing I'm good for? That ain't what we here for. We don't have to be like that. Sister, be the best you possible. Don't be no OnlyFans model. Don't be no. We got enough wicked people out here on OnlyFans. We don't need the 12 tribes of Israel on there. We got enough what they got pornography on X and on Twitter and all that. We don't. Let's find a way to get all that down. Let's find a way to make the 12 tribes of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let's try to make us great again. Let's build back up a Black Wall Street. Let's start building up our own community centers and our own community gas stations, grocery stores, banks. Let's do that. For blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let's do that. We ain't gotta be like nobody else. We ain't gotta sit here and look up to nobody. We ain't gotta envy anybody. How about we just do what we gotta do? Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Philippians 4:11. Matter of fact, Shalaki, before we go to Philippians 4:11, let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. I just before we leave, we gotta have this scripture pulled real quick.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and be a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown man in destruction and perdition.
Come on, brother. No. This is something that we gotta understand. The riches of this world come with something behind it. Understand that. If this world is given into the hands of the wicked, do you think that the wicked just want to give their riches out to anybody and everybody? They're going to make you have to do something for it. It's either turning on your people, turning on your God, or giving something else up. Why do you think that scripture is letting you know? And the rich, what did it say? But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. And then it also says, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which draw men into destruction and perdition. Read verse 10. What does it say?
Verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
For the what?
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Keep reading it.
Which, while some coveted after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Why? See, when you read verse 10 and you go back up to verse 9, why does it say, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and snares? When you just read verse 10, why does verse 9 make so much sense?
Because people do anything for money, any and everything for money.
Yeah. But when they do anything for money, what did it say? In verse 10, what did it say?
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Now go to the next part. Which
while some coveted after they have erred from the faith.
A lot of people that want money, they'll err from the faith. Like, you don't understand. People will turn away from God just to make some money. That's why it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not evil, but for the love of it is the root of all evil. Because a lot of people turn their back on God just to make some money. A lot of people will say, you know what? Forget coming to do the work of the Lord. I got to go to work. I got to make some money. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you find reasons and more reasons why you serve God less and you go to work more. A lot of people will stop serving God because what? They too busy busting it open for a camera. A lot of people will stop serving the Most High God. You want to know why? Because they're too busy serving the community drugs. We have erred from the faith because we have a lust for money. We have a lust for the things of this world and not the things of the Most High God. Now let's go to Philippians 4:11.
This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
Read it one more time.
This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. Not that I spake in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
What is that saying? To you, what is that saying? You're grown. What is that saying to you, huh? For I have learned in whatsoever state I'm in, whatever state I am, therewith to be content.
Salaki, sir, it means to basically be satisfied with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to go out there and sacrifice your character for something more. You know what I'm saying? Be content with what you got and who you are.
Exactly. You got something, sis?
Regardless if you're rich or poor, in a good place or a bad place, be happy with where you are and be okay with where you are.
Exactly. Like, what both of y'all said was absolutely correct. No matter what's going on, no matter if it's good, no matter if it's bad, no matter if you're in the best place of your life right now, no matter if you at the struggle spot of your life right now, bro, be content. Understand that you're not gonna be here forever. You got something? Go ahead, bro.
It's crazy that I was literally just talking about this today. You understand? It's things out here that's bigger than us all. You feel me?
Right.
We feel because of the things that we go through in life, we fail to see the bigger picture.
Right.
You understand? We sit up here and be tripped over small things, these things that are minute. You understand? When in the grand scheme of things, this is not our place of rest. So of course we're gonna live uncomfortable, but be content. You understand? Stay steadfast, stay grounded within this truth. You understand? And don't bend the fold for anything material. Don't give up your character. Don't give up for everything that you established for the Lord, trying to make something better.
Yep. Like, and what you said is heavy, dog. Like, And this is why we say it all the time. In the world that we're living in, we got to understand the conditions that we're living in. The conditions that we're living in are not the conditions of the kingdom. This is not our kingdom. We got to understand that right now, we're dealt a raw hand. And it's partially our fault. It's our fault because we didn't follow our God. We didn't follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. So now we're dealing with curses on top of curses on top of curses because we didn't do what we were supposed to do. Now, if we will learn how to follow our God and do his commandments, we can get out of this hell. We can get out of this condition that has us at the bottom. But we have to learn how to stop what we're doing, retrain our minds, be okay with knowing that what we were taught all our lives was a lie. I was taught that there was a white Jesus and he loved everybody. And he taught us to turn the other cheek. If someone slaps this cheek, turn the other cheek and give that to them to slap. I was taught that Jesus and God was all love. That's what I was taught originally. But that's not the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible says, I'm a man of war. Do you think a man of war just allows people to speak against him? Am I saying go out there and hurt people and do what? No. But understand that your father is a warrior. And he chose you as a man to be his warrior. But he also chose you as a man to be a protector of your family and a protector of your wife. A woman should feel like she could be a princess around her husband. A woman should not feel like she has to have her guards up around her husband. But that's our job as the man to give them that safe space. We have to be the leaders. We can't sit here and pick and choose when we want to be leaders or not. Right now, we got to learn how to be content in the space that we're in. We got to make our household strong again and keep them strong in whatever conditions that we're in. I started off in a one-bedroom apartment. Matter of fact, if we just gonna be honest and be real, like how we always are in this class, I started off living in my car, poor. Now I moved to a one-bedroom apartment. Went from a one-bedroom to a two-bedroom. Was content in every place that the Lord put me in because I was going through certain things during those times that molded me into the person that I am now. So in all things, be content in the spot and in the place that you are in. Because let me tell you, you're not going to always be there. You're not going to always deal with those type of things. But if you start selling your soul to get out of that place, understand you're going to lose. You're going to lose and you're going to find a harder lesson that's waiting there for you. But it's going to be a harder lesson there. Trust and believe. I've dealt with the harder lessons. I'm not trying to deal with no more lessons that's harder than the ones that I've already dealt with. That's why I'd rather get it right this time. Right now, then to sit here and have to go through the hard lesson again of bumping your head and having to get picked back up. This is gonna be the last scripture we're gonna pull for tonight. Hey, brother, do me a favor. Go to Mark 8:36. This is what we gotta understand, man. And this is why the book of Philippians chapter 4 and 11 is so important.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
What do you profit? What do you profit to gain the whole world but lose your soul at the end of the day? What do you profit? What do you get out of it? Like, as parents, what do you really profit if you sell your body and sell your morals for money? Or as a man, you sitting here selling drugs to make sure that your kids have a better life, but then you either get unalived or you get sent to jail for the rest of your life, and now your kids is growing up without you in their life. What do you profit if you gain the whole world? You got all this money, but then you lose your soul in the midst of it. Now your kids is growing up without their parent, because they either saw their parent in the casket or they got to see their parents behind bars, but they got all this money though. Do you really think that your children are winning? Do you really think that your family is winning by you gaining the whole world, but you losing your soul behind it? Do you think your family is winning? The people that depend on you, do you think that they're winning by that? Because you're envying others. You want to be just like everybody else in this world. We got to go back to what the book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 11 says, man. In whatever state I'm in, be content. Do like the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 58, when it says be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Because know that your labor is not in vain with God. The work that you're putting in by following him, not focus on everybody else, but actually focus in and locked in for the Lord, that work is not going to go in vain. That's life. And while you sitting here worried about everybody else, you're going to end up killing yourself like everybody else. And with that, we're going to say imagine, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, SKYPE, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Barakatah, Yakmatah, Sar, which means to face the sisters. Sisters, Imagine, which means to stand. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, to the sisters. Men of Israel, SKYPE, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Yakmatah, class dismissed.